Hello, hello. I just wanted to come on here. I usually talk about real estate, but today I wanted to talk about something a little bit more serious. Um, and I don't know that. Hello, hello. Tell me where you're from. So I usually talk about real estate, but today I wanted to talk about something a little bit more serious. Um, I think the men probably want to step off because it's more about health issues. And I don't know, maybe some of the women want to step off too. But this is simply to help people because I think that when you go to the doctors, you may feel a little intimidated. Hi, Randy. We're talking about health issues today, so I don't know if you guys would be interested, but I just wanted to come on here and share a story really quickly and also just give people the encouragement. If you've ever been to the doctors and you didn't know how to explain your situation or what was going on, it can be quite intimidating. And I will share quickly that I had a visit with an endocrinologist back in 2013 or 14, about 8 years ago. And my primary care physician referred me to an endocrinologist because I had some elevated hormones. And she said it really looked like it could be cancerous. And that's scary, but I wasn't too worried. I went to the endocrinologist and she simply said that I needed to exercise more and lose weight, and also just, eat healthier and eat less. And I thought it was total BS because I'm active. I like to eat healthy, but I was gaining weight and my hormones were elevated. And I let years go by and a lot of the symptoms started to increase. I was gaining weight. I gained like 30 pounds a year, like 60 pounds in total, close to 70 pounds. And I was sluggish. What else can I say? I was very irritable, depression, all of the symptoms that come with issues when you have a problem with your adrenals. And a lot of people don't even know what that is. Like, what are adrenals and what do they do? Well, you have two, men and women have two, and they're right above the kidneys. Let me take a drink of water because this isn't like a topic I want to talk about, but I want to talk about it to help others. Hey, Andy. I'm talking about women's stuff today. So I just want to share this because I think that some people definitely need help in this area, and I definitely wasn't represented the right way, and I want to give other women the strength to stand up for themselves and their health. So the adrenals in your body, we have two of them on either side, just above the kidneys, and men and women have them. And when they're dysfunctional, you feel fatigued, you feel depressed, you gain weight, you have skin changes, you have different things going on with your hair. Your hair could be thinning in different places. There's a lot of symptoms and a lot of things that the adrenals control. So I went to the doctors in 2014, and the endocrinologist told me to simply lose weight, stop eating, and I don't feel like that was very professional, and I don't feel like she went through the steps to ensure that my health was being taken care of. Unfortunately, I do have a nodule on my adrenals, and it doesn't look like they don't know if it's benign or malignant. So they want to take it out. So I will have my surgery in a couple months, but I think that it would have been better if I had the surgery back in 2014 when I initially went to the doctors. And the thing is, the doctor didn't do the test that was appropriate given that my hormones were elevated at that time. So I want to give other, especially brown girls, the confidence to stick up for yourself and your health. If you're going to the doctors and they're treating you like someone who's just overweight and needs to lose weight, and they're not listening to what you're saying and how you're feeling, and they're not taking the proper test, then I encourage you to go to another doctor that listens to you. And I encourage you not to give up, because for about 8 years, I just thought that I had a problem with weight, and I thought I had a problem with eating, and probably all that's true. But what didn't help was that I had a tumor growing inside of me. So I would say, if they're not listening to me, the doctors aren't listening to me, and I consider myself pretty well spoken. I have been told I present well, I'm respectable, and if they're not listening to me, who else are they not listening to when they come into the doctors and they explain that they're tired and they have all these symptoms? And I mean, even the fact that I was like growing hair in places I'd rather not discuss, like on my neck, and you can see I have different colors of my skin there from here. Those are all symptoms of having adrenal issues. So that all went ignored. And, it's neither here or there, but the quality of my life could have been a lot differently. And I don't want other people who perhaps are going to the doctors and having these issues to let these issues go by for so many years. I think if you just say, oh, I have a little bit of, mild depression, or I have some skin changes, or I have some excess hair some places, or I'm a little bit irritable, you can kind of just go through life and just say, just chalk it up to age, or chalk it up to just stress. But your quality of life, it really affects every area of your life, not only your I think your quality of life in general, but also like your friendships, your family, your happiness. And a lot of those times during those years, I lost a lot of friendships. I wasn't able to keep like a steady job all those years because I was so tired and I didn't want to put up with all the BS. But that might not be because of the adrenals, but it certainly didn't help it. And ultimately, I'm not made for like a 9-to-5 job, but some people do have to, some people do have to hold down a 9-to-5 job, and it's hard to do if you have some health issues with your adrenals. And it's also hard to do when you feel that something is wrong with your body, yet you don't know what's wrong because the doctors aren't doing the proper test. So, I don't know how to say it, but, the doctor kind of did me an injustice. I think because I am a brown African-American girl that she didn't really listen to me. And I think it's an epidemic in America where Black women are not being, are not being paid attention to. And like I said, I just want to give encouragement to brown, Black girls that go to the doctors and something is wrong. I want to encourage you to persist and not give up on your health. And like I said, go to another doctor if you have to, and always ask questions, always write down your questions. I know we get a little flustered when we go to the doctor's office and there's so much going on. They're taking your blood pressure, they're taking your weight, they're taking all these blood samples and everything, and you don't always remember all the questions that you had. But I think it's important to push, if you can, in the direction of your health, and don't give up. What else can I say? I could probably really seek legal counsel for some of the, I would say, malpractice that has happened in my history of seeing my doctor. I think that, looking at some of the test results that I had back in 2013, 14, it could have easily been seen if a CT scan was given that there was an issue with my adrenals. Unfortunately, adrenals are something that is missed often because we don't have CT scans all the time. And in fact, they're not good to have all the time because it does have some radiation. But I'm going to end this because I think I'm rambling, but I just want to get all my points out. I just wanted to say that, yeah, uh, I think that I could go that route, but I'd rather educate Black women, brown women to really don't give up on their health and being an advocate for their health. Even if that doctor does not listen to you, there's other doctors that will. Even if your doctor is a brown woman, and she's still not listening to you, there's still other doctors that you can go to that will listen to you. And like I was saying, the adrenals issues are an adrenal failure, adrenal fatigue is often misdiagnosed, and it's kind of a mystery sometimes. But yeah, with a simple CT scan, they could have seen that in me. And if you're having these issues, maybe you can ask your doctor for a CT scan. Hello. I'm not talking about real estate today. I'm actually talking about health. So I don't know if you want to stay for this, but I have to get this message out there. I just wanted to say that a lot of people think that because they feel tired, it may be their thyroid. And that's often the case when you go to see an endocrinologist. I didn't even know an endocrinologist did like anything with the adrenals. I thought an endocrinologist was only for thyroid. So I was testing my thyroid. Everything was normal. I was like, it's not right. So all these years I thought that I was having issues with my thyroid, which would explain the fatigue, the irritability, some of the extra hair, and all those things. And I never knew that it could be the adrenals. So, I'm very nervous about having surgery in a couple months. Hello. But I think it's the best thing to do, given that there are some hormonal issues. And I'm rambling here, so I'm gonna wrap up. But I do want to say hello. I do want to say that adrenals are important to really check, but oftentimes you don't check them. With me, I'm having my left adrenal removed through surgery in March because it's affecting my hormones, which are elevated. That's the word I was looking for. So I'm very nervous about it, but it needs to be done. They don't know if it's cancerous or not. So what they're going to do is they're going to biopsy after they take the adrenal out. Unfortunately, you cannot biopsy an adrenal before you take it out because it's so small, and a biopsy would be so painful. They'd have to stick a needle through your back and go in that way. So if it's causing an elevated hormone level, then you just want to take it out anyways. And the good thing about having two adrenals is that you can always live with one without taking any medicine at all. So, bonsoir, ça va? So, I'm hopeful and grateful that the surgery will go well and it'll be easy. I think I'll have to stay in the hospital for 2 days after the surgery. And what will happen next? I probably can't do anything really for about a week, 5 to 7 days. And about a month, I can't do anything strenuous. And about 6 weeks, I probably can't do a whole lot of activity. So, it's going to be a long 6 weeks, but I'm hoping that I'll heal fast. So yeah, I just want to encourage everyone, if they are having some health issues, that they stick up for themselves. You go see another doctor. You really educate yourself about your body. If you know intuitively that something is wrong, like I knew something was wrong in my body. I knew something was going on. I knew I was gaining weight. I knew I was having some issues with my skin, as you can see here. I knew that things were just turning, and I thought maybe it had something to do with age. I turned 40 last month. So I just thought that it was that. But honestly, I lost a lot of quality in my life the last 8 years that I didn't know what was going on with my health. And I'm looking forward to my health improving, and just having like a better quality of life. So if I have to be out for like 5 to 7 days, maybe a month at the most, maybe 6 weeks, then I'm happy to do that. It's better than 8 years living, in the condition I was, which was functional, but it wasn't optimal for the life that I want to live, how I used to live. Like when I was in my early 30s and all through my life, I worked out like 6 times a day, not 6 times a day, 2 times a day for a lot of those years, which was excessive, I think, but 6 times a week, on a normal basis. And I've always worked out, but I was still gaining weight. I always did fun things and traveled, and I love to be on the go and doing different things, going out with my friends, and hello. But I just wasn't able to do that in the last couple of years. It's just like a slow decline. I've always been really tired, and it just got worse. So, yeah, I just wanted to share this, not for myself. I don't want the attention. Don't send me no messages. Just, you can say a prayer, but I just really want to get the message out there about this condition and about standing up for yourself as a Black woman, against doctors that may not have your best interest all the time, and maybe they don't always see you as accurately as possible, and they don't always do like a thorough job. I think that the highest rate of death after pregnancy is the demographic is Black women, because unfortunately they don't consider our health issues. They don't listen to us and how we feel, and a lot of accidents happen and a lot of malpractice has happened. So I want to prevent that from happening to other people. I've called the doctor's office to inform her of my condition, and I would hope that in the future, I will not name her name, but I hope that in the future that she would take more care with her patients, especially her brown and African American patients that may not have a voice like me. I can be very prickly sometimes, and I have a voice, and I'm going to stand up for myself, and I want to help people that can't necessarily stand up for themselves. So thank you for joining me. Bisous, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.